Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Fall Memorial Service, where we honor the past Konko-sama, the past ministers, the past believers, family, and friends, and pretty much everyone who's passed away in the fall months or this latter half of the year. Just sounds kind of weak. Hmm? Solemn greetings to our Divine Parent. 4 sincere claps. Please turn to page 68. We'll now sing the hymn Shinjin no Michi on page 68. Can everyone please rise? First verse in Japanese and then the first verse in English. Now be seated. Please turn to page 2 for the mediation prayer. Page 2. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikigami Konko Daijin sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living, to reflect your divine will with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Onusa. Please bow your heads. Let us purify our hearts by letting go of our negative thoughts and feelings. Main prayer to the Divine Parent Kami, Saishi Sojo. Please be one with our head officiant as she offers the main prayer for this ceremony to express deepest gratitude, apology, and humble requests on our behalf to the Divine Parent of the universe. Ichido Keirei, let us all bow our heads in prayer.
Kigami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kane no Kami-sama, through our founder and divine mediator, Ikigami Konko Daijin, we sincerely pray to you, Tenchi Kane no Kami-sama, our divine parent of this vast and wondrous universe. We celebrate 165 years since the birth of the Konko faith, when our founder introduced to us your entirety and your unconditional love through sacred Todosugi mediation. On behalf of our congregation present and afar, our guests today, and all of us, your beloved children throughout the world, I humbly request your acceptance of our sincerest prayers of appreciation, apology, and request this morning. Kami-sama, known by many other names, by many other images, founders, and practices, as we hold this annual Fall Memorial Service to pay our deepest respects and to renew and strengthen our loving bonds with you and the ancestral spirits of our late pioneer ministers, believers, all of our late family members, friends, and recently departed individuals. As the first day of autumn approaches next Sunday on September 22nd, we are grateful that you remind us of the workings of nature in the changing of the seasons, through the fall colors, green leaves turning to orange, red, gold, yellow, or brown, with natural and man-made disasters such as wildfires, typhoons, flooding, mudslides, earthquakes, and devastating wars. We are reminded to appreciate each day that our hearts beat, that we can breathe clean, fresh air, partake of our precious water and energy resources, and appreciate our shelter from the scorching heat to the frostbiting cold. We pray for a balance in the amount of rain that falls to avoid droughts and floods. Dear Divine Parent Kami, we deeply thank you for your unconditional, infinite love and divine blessings we receive from you each moment of each day of our precious gift of life. We are deeply grateful for all the experiences that help us find purpose and meaning in life. Please allow us to develop strength and resilience to overcome the many challenges and hardships we perceive and face, such as loss of loved ones, our sense of self, sense of community, jobs, income, and housing. We also are here to thank you, Divine Universal Parent Kami, for our long-standing, unwavering believers, seniors 75 years and older, who deeply touch our lives. Our honored seniors are true inspirations and faith role models for each of us and the generations that follow. We are grateful for the opportunity to celebrate their gift of life in person with a senior appreciation potluck luncheon, sharing physical and spiritual nourishment together. And following the service, to visit a few seniors in their home or care home with a dinner bento they pre-selected, including 101-year-old Mr. Yonosuke Makihara in the East Bay. We greatly admire our seniors for their strength and resilience as children living through the Great Depression, surviving World War II, or being born shortly thereafter to live through all the historic and current world events, as well as personal, family, and individual milestones. We appreciate their daily practice of faith in you, expressing gratitude for each precious day, their positive outlook and calmness that comes with experience, age, and trust in you. May we walk on their bright and well-tread path, instilled with Konko Daijin's many virtues. May they feel our deep appreciation and love so that we can develop an even stronger bond with them as we acknowledge their amazing and steadfast contributions to our church, our families, our community, and beyond throughout the world. Today, we honor Sumi Akashi, Eiji Ayabe, Fumi Fukuda, Saburo and Lucille Fukuda, Hiroshi and Janice Fukuda, Koichi Fukuda, Keijiro Izumi, Louis Kawahara, Reverend Masato Kawahatsu, James Kusamoto, Yonosuke Makihara, Nana Matsuda, Phyllis Matsuno, Motoaki Matsuura, Arlene Nagase, Nancy Nakai, Nathan Siegel, Dale Spink, Irene Sugai, Sumako Takeshita, Denise Teraoka, Bernard and Emmy Tom, Ken and Darlene Ueda, Linda Yamamura, Shanna Yonanaka, and all others blessed to reach the auspicious age of 75 and beyond. We deeply apologize for all our mistakes, misunderstandings, and insecurities. Please guide us to be less judgmental of others and ourselves, to be more broad-minded, open-hearted, accepting and forgiving, with a kami-centered heart versus a human-centered or self-centered heart. Please guide us instead to be more helpful, kind, compassionate, and filled with unconditional love, to value every person, including ourselves. Dear Divine Parent Kami, we pray for the end of wars and conflicts, causing destruction to our lives and the world in which we live. Please allow us to survive man-made and natural disasters globally, and each country to rebound economically. Let us elect world leaders who sincerely care about the world and its people. May we be mindful that we are all one globally inseparable, interconnected family. Let us follow the teachings of the true way of the universe that you taught our founder and divine mediator, Ikigami Konko Daijin, to uphold mutual respect and mutual understanding of each other in Ayo Kakeo spirit. Please continue to bless us all with our health, recovery from illnesses and injuries, healing and maintaining precious relationships, a joyful life of gratitude and peace of mind, to create a peaceful, loving, harmonious world of humbleness and gratitude, one with you. Kigami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kane no Kami Sama, through our divine mediator to our divine parent of this vast and endless universe, our eternal home, we hold deep gratitude for you.
Noted, as you were. sacred evergreen branch Tamaguchi offering by the head officiant. The Tamaguchi symbolizes our true heart of sincerity that we'll offer to the Divine Parent. Please join the officiating ministers with a bow, 4 claps, with a sincere heart, and another bow. 이치도 도모니 하이레. Let us clap our hands 4 times together. Please turn to page 6 for the Tenchi Kakitsuke on page 6.
Recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke together. Kigami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Isshin ni Negae Okage wa waga kokoro ni ari Gongetsu konnichi de tanomei. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day, pray.
Please turn to page 7 for the Adoration Prayer, page 7. Adoration Prayer. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep, living amidst us gifts of Kami's great giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Ikigami Konko Daijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the Divine Parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. Ichido Haire, solemn acknowledgement, 4 sincere claps. Procession to the Mitama altar. Reizen ni Tenza. Ichido Haire, solemn greetings to our Mitama ancestral spirits to begin our prayers to the Mitama spirits of our late ministers, families, friends, and all who have gone before us. Ichido Haire. Please turn to page 12 for the Mitama prayer, page 12. Mitama prayer. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You'll be remembered eternally. Your lives will be told from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you entered the Konko faith. You walked the way of Konko Daijin, respecting the will of the Divine Parent. You amassed great merit through your faith to take into the world beyond and leave to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one, receive the favor of Kami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Saishi Sojo, main prayer to the ancestral spirits. Ichido Katie, let us all bow our heads in prayer.
御霊の神様、ありがとうございます。御霊の神様、お世話になっております。Dear eternal virtues of Mitama no Kami, the loving, devoted, and protective Mitama spirits of our ancestors, late pioneer ministers, followers, family, friends, and all children of our divine universal parent throughout the world. With deepest reverence, we humbly offer you our sincerest prayers in person and afar at this fall memorial service before your Mitama ancestral altar. On this fine morning, we welcome you into our hearts and express our deepest appreciation and continuous prayers for your eternal peace and happiness. We thank you for your love, guidance, and protection. Throughout your lifespan, you worked diligently, overcame countless hardships, and persevered through discrimination and injustices for a better life and the well-being of yourself and your descendants. We are forever grateful to you and the divine virtues you've passed down through the generations. We are eternally grateful to our founder, Konko Daijin, who accepted Kami-sama's request to give up farming and begin full-time sacred mediation between Kami and humanity 165 years ago. We are grateful to his descendants, the spiritual leaders of our faith, the second, third, fourth, and most recently fifth generation Konko-sama, Reverend Heiki Konko, who has transitioned from his physical to his spiritual form on July 21st, as well as our late founding head minister of this church, Reverend Yoshiaki Fukuda, second head minister, Reverend Shinto Fukuda, third head minister, Reverend Fumio Matsui, late associate ministers, Reverend Fumiko Matsui, Reverend Toguro Kuge, Reverend Shigeo Kawakami, and Reverend Takeo Kimura, as well as all our church leaders and followers, the very foundation of this church, and our current 94-year Konko faith legacy here in the multiculturally diverse San Francisco Bay Area, 93 years as an established church. We are grateful to our current sixth-generation Konko-sama, Reverend Hiromichi Konko, who sincerely and deeply prays multiple times a day for all people in the world. Dear Mitama spirits, we sincerely apologize for the times we forget to thank you or seek your guidance and protection. We also pray for all the new ancestral spirits resulting from both natural and man-made causes throughout the world, including Hadue Gentile, Sumiko Kusumoto, Michiko Badman Walker of London, UK, and Reverend Yoshie Nagai, Head Minister of the Konko Mission of Hilo. Dear Mitama no Kami, with your wisdom and virtue, please continue to guide, protect, and support all of us in our daily lives as we strive to overcome hardships, losses, and let go of doubts, insecurities, negative thoughts and emotions, clouding our hearts and filtering our minds. May we be patient, understanding, have the strength to endure and overcome pain and sorrow, to recover and heal completely from any illnesses, both physical and emotional. Please guide us to feel one with our divine parent Kami and a strong connection with all of your ancestral spirits, each other and all living things. Please guide us to develop absolute faith and the passion to share the Konko faith with others, to help nurture their relationship with Kami-sama and attain peace of mind. As we celebrate your honorable lives and great virtues today, please accept our wholehearted prayers and offerings of flowers, food, and sacred evergreen branches as expressions of our love, respect, and devotion to each of you. Mitama no Kami-sama, arigatou gozaimasu. Mitama no Kami-sama, osewa ni natte orimasu. We hold you with gratitude and love in our hearts.
Note it as you were. Saishu Tamaguchi Holton, offering of the sacred Tamaguchi branch by the head officiant. Offering of the sacred evergreen branches by the congregation. The entire congregation is invited to offer the Tamaguchi, a sacred evergreen branch which symbolizes our true hearts and sincere hearts that we will offer to the Mitama ancestral spirits. Please turn to page 36 for the Sosen Sanji, page 36. Gaia no kami waga kami to kokoro tsukushite tsukimatsurana kokoro tsukushite Shimatsurana to kimi yano kami tachi no mino kono tamme ni no hashira o shizume tate tamai Kono tamme ni no nari wai o mamori tasuke tamai kakuri no miene sakai ni mashimasu dommo mi tsukushimi no mi kokoro wa Tsushiyo ni kawarase tamma wa saki mi tamma no masaki kusaki wa e tamma e kushi mi tamma no kushibi ni megumi tamma ite Koro zashi wa maki no ashira no ugoki naku nari wai wa musube tsuname no yurubi naku mago koro kiyora ni hagemi Neshime tamai ukaraya kaya waragi aite hinni kenni uraya suku tanno shima shime tamai tsui ni tsushio no koto ete kami Kado ni mairan toki ni wa kannarazu shimo mukae tori tamae mi tsukushimi o komura shime tamawan mono to kami no Nori o taie naru o kashi komi kataji kenami mi o yano megumi no boroge naranu o ureshimi yorokobi mo asu koto mi kokoro mo Kani kiko shime shitamae tomo su Hana kushibi no miyoya no mitama Hana kushibi no miyoya no mitama Hana to no miyoya no kami Hana to no miyoya no kami Ichido Haire, solemn acknowledgement, 4 sincere claps. Shinzen ni Tenza, procession to the Kami altar. We'll now sing the song, the hymn Shining Shimmering Light on page 46. On page 46. Can everyone please rise? The heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear swirl within my heart. Still I know, even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. I'm down and ready to surrender. When times are hard and it seems so dark, just know each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, swinging arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Please turn to the person next to you and around you and say thank you for being here today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may now be seated. Sermon and announcements. Oh, and the Konko faith, our creed. Good morning, everyone. Happy Senior Appreciation Day, and welcome to the Fall Memorial Service. Please turn to page 73. We're going to read the Konko Faith Art Creed. We're going to read this together. The Konko Faith Art Creed. We believe in Tenchi Kanino no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder, Konko Daijin, embraced Kami's revelations and as divine mediator answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami, and Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. I want to welcome everyone again to the Fall Memorial Service. We have some new faces here too. Good to see you, Eddie. And so today I'd like to talk about a few things. Recently, a few people that are close to me have passed away, or people who I've known. And so some of you may have heard the Reverend Heiki Konko, which is our 5th spiritual patriarch of Konko Kyo. And he passed away recently. And when I was in seminary school, in Okayama, Japan, I went to him for some advice one day. And one of the teachings he gave me was, because I was having some struggles in seminary school, like, because we're young, naive, we don't know what we're doing. And so I had a lot of frustrations. I was like, man, what am I doing here? But he told me, don't worry and don't rely on other people to help you solve your problems. He said, rely on Kami-sama. Don't rely on other people. Rely on yourself and also with Kami-sama. And so I always took that to heart. I always thought about like, am I relying too much on other people? But then Ayo-kakeo is an important part too, where we have to help each other out too. But I think he was talking about more the balance. The balance. Don't always rely on everybody else to help you solve your problems that you're going through yourself. It's a problem that you have within yourself and you and Kami-sama. And so to build this relationship, rely on Kami-sama. Don't rely on other people to help resolve these problems. And so I still remember that. And that was over 22 years ago. That was a while ago. And so he said it in English, yes. He speaks fluent English. And so the Reverend Heiki Konko spoke fluent English. Mm-hmm. And then another person who passed away recently was the Konko Mission of Hilo, the head minister of Konko Mission of Hilo. Her name was Yoshie Nagai Sensei. And what's interesting is that we just saw her. My wife and I just met her in January, this past January. And she passed away recently, about a month ago now, almost a month ago now. And so she's the sweetest person. Like if you met her, she's shining example of what Konko Kyo is and what Konko Kyo can do for your life, to your life, and how it can enrich your life with such joy. And so you can see that in her behavior, in her demeanor, and she's just so grateful. And so my mom and my sister and my father, they visited her at the care home she was at before she passed away. She was really genki too. And so she would be like, oh, the meals here are so good. All the people here are so nice. And all the staff loved her as well. You know, oftentimes when we hear, Hiroshi, was that? Oh, that's and so oftentimes when we hear about like a care home or some other facility, it's like, oh, the meals, I don't like the meals. The meals are terrible. The cooking's terrible. The service is terrible. Blah, 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 blah. Terrible, 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 terrible. All right? And that's that mentality, of course, if we keep focusing on how terrible things are, of course, that's where we're going to naturally focus. It's human nature. But for her human nature that she nurtured through her faith, she was just grateful. She was happy people were helping her out because before she was living on her own by herself at the church. Church members used to help out, but she did a lot by herself at 94 years old. Yeah, very impressive to have that level of joy in her heart at that age, after having gone through so much struggle. but her foundation is a foundation of joy and gratitude. And that was a real big inspiration for me. Another person who passed away recently, just a few months ago, was my uncle. His name was Uncle Masateru Yano in Shikoku, in Yawatahama, Ehime Prefecture. And so he's a tangerine farmer. He's like the second generation tangerine farmer. My grandfather was the first generation tangerine farmer, and they acquired a whole bunch of mountains and hills to grow very fancy tangerines. And these, I remember going in high school, my brother and I, we went there to check it out for a few weeks to learn about the farm and how tangerines are farmed in Japan. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I was shocked how much waste there is as well. Like there's so, because you could only present the best of the best. When you go to Whole Foods or when you go to any supermarket, you see perfect fruit and perfect vegetables. But majority of the crop is not like that at all. It's got all these scars, damage, bruises, bugs, dents. It's not perfect, ideal looking. So all that has to go away. And they go to the juicer, though. That's the good thing. So there's this really good juice in Shikoku called POM, P-O-M. It's delicious, highly recommended. They have all kinds of mikan flavored things. And that's all made from the surplus, the extra, things that cannot be sold, not the perfect looking ones. And he taught us a lot about how much hard work it is. And so every time I see a mikan, even the mikan up there on the altar, they look perfect. It's like, oh, this is probably just the cream of the crop that's offered on the altar. And there's a lot that just gets wasted. And the amount of like fertilizer, watering, labor. And so my uncle would wrap each tangerine in this like little cutting of pantyhose. Like, you know, this, like the stockings. So he would wrap each tangerine. And so, you know the sumo citrus that you see in the stores nowadays? Premium tangerines? So that's what he used to grow, premium tangerines. And so to get it that premium takes a lot of work. It doesn't come naturally. Because one example is my tangerine tree in the corner. You might see like right out here. It's not doing too well. I put new soil, fertilizer, I prune it, I even thin it out so that there's one tangerine per branch. And still, it's like these mini, not so sweet, kind of dry, like, what's going on? I thought it'd be easy, but it's not. It takes a lot of tender love and care, and that's something I learned from him as well. And recently in Kendo, so I do Kendo, which is a Japanese sword fighting martial art. And within Kendo, there's a lot of analogies that they speak of, or a lot of phrases they speak of. And it's analogous to faith and religion as well. And so one of these things that they spoke about recently for the past month was something called Ichigan, Nisoku, Santan, and Shiriki. And so what that means is Ichigan, Ichi means one, Gan means eyes. So the first step is your eyes. The second step is your feet, your footwork. The third step, Santan, is your core, your mind. And the fourth is your strength and power. And it has to go in that order. It's analogous to faith as well, which is really interesting. Because recently I saw this Konko Kyo speech contest called Kyo 1. Yeah, it's a Japanese speech contest, a sermon contest. It's online. And one of the ministers spoke about opportunities, and seeing that opportunity. And it relates to Ichigan, or that first step of seeing. And so if we don't see the opportunity, we won't even notice it. We won't even recognize it. We won't even do anything about it because we don't even see it. And so even in our kendo matches, if we don't see the opening, it passes us by. In a split second, it's gone. Because that's all you get is a split second. And so it's about training that eye to see. That's why the elite athletes can see that ball moving 100 miles per hour and they could hit it. Because their eyes are so finely tuned to see that opportunity. And that's why they're elite in the Olympics. And so in our faith too, it's about how do we increase our being able to observe, our being able to see these opportunities that we're presented with all the time. And so one example was like when we went to the cemetery, on the way back home from the cemetery, I saw this giant piece of cardboard. I saw it. I saw it. I was like, should I pick it up? And I was like, maybe the wind might pick it up and throw it into the trash can. And so I passed right by it. And then Dale comes in with the cardboard. I was like, I should have picked it up. And so, because she saw the opportunity to do something about it. I saw it, but it just went, I didn't take action on it. And that's where it goes into number 2, the feet, nisoku, your action. Are you moving? Are you doing work? Are you taking some kind of action or kodo to take action on what you saw? And Dale did just that. She saw the trash, she picked it up, brought it to the trash can. And so it's like, it's connected. What are the actions are we doing after we see? It's just like with the baseball player, right? Like when they see the ball coming, they see it, they could take the action to not swing or swing at all, and they could miss, but at least you're taking the action. The better you get, the action gets better, and you'll hit the target more and more and more and more. And so it goes back to this faith practice again. The faith practice of observing again our opportunities that we're presented with and the actions we take after we see these opportunities. The third part, santan, or the core. And so the tanden is our mid-core section, and it's really important in a lot of sports, but it's also important in a religious, spiritual sense too, because it's about the strength of the mind and the core of the mind. It's having an unshakable spirit, and so it's really important to have that unshakable spirit and not get sidetracked or swayed by our surroundings. Just like with the trash. And Kawat Sensei is a perfect example of that. When he first started picking up trash, people would be like, oh, he's picking up trash. Oh, it's dirty. All these cigarette butts. He'd pick up thousands. But he didn't care because his core, he observed there's trash. He took action, picked it up. Everybody around him might have criticized or might have said something, but he's like, I don't care. I'm doing something for the Mother Earth. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. And so he took action on that. And then it goes to the last part. Shiriki, or the strength, the power, comes after you see, you do, and you have confidence in your core, in your mind, an unswayable mind, and it all comes together into this strength of confidence. And so just like in Kendo, when we see the opportunity, we take the opportunity, we put it with a lot of power without having to worry about anything, and then we execute the move with power and strength and grace. And that's why people hit home runs. That's why the Olympic athletes get their gold, because they put all those elements, all 4 of those elements together. And so the past people I talked about, the Konko-sama, the past 5th Konko-sama, Yoshie Nagai Sensei, my uncle Masateru, many church members here, many of the past church members that Juan Sensei read off. Every month we read off a lot of the church members who've passed away. And so we think about their faith, because that's the best example we can go off of. Because that's, every time there's a funeral or a memorial service, what do we do usually? We don't complain about them. No, that would be terrible. Right? We talk about their best attributes, the things that made us remember them by. And that's what's really, really at the core of this. It's how are we practicing our faith, not for others to remember us by, but mainly it's a relationship we have with Kami-sama. It's very personal. No one has to see you taking that action. No one has to notice you observing something that needs to be done and taking that action and doing all 4 steps. It's a personal relationship that you have with Kami-sama. And Michelangelo who painted the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo, right? Yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but he painted the deepest, darkest back corners of the ceiling. And somebody asked him, like, why are you painting there? Nobody's going to see it. He said, God will see it. God will see it. That's where he put all his effort. He put all those elements together because he knows that it's not about other people. It's about your relationship with you and Kami-sama. So I hope everyone here today can think about that. Remember that, just these 4 steps. And it just starts with that first step about being able to see, being able to observe. And so my Kendo Shihan, the head sensei of our Kendo dojo, he said there's a person who was a Judan, 10th degree black belt. They're non-existent now because they all passed away. But 10th degree black belt is God level. Right now, 8th degree is the maximum you can get. And they're also God level. We're like invincible. I had 0 hit rate. And it took him 50 years to master footwork. 50 years. That's what he says. Oh, I'm confident with my footwork now. After 50 years of doing kendo as a master. And so, don't be hard on ourselves. Don't be hard on myself either. It's like, oh man, I missed the mark. Oh, I missed this, I missed that. as long as you're trying, as long as you're doing something about it to improve, and that's what's most important. Just think about seeing, doing, having that confidence, and it'll all come together in the end with those 4 steps. Thank you so much. And then, Kawa Sensei has an announcement to make? Yeah. This is the We Are One. You need a microphone. Because the people online.
Can you hear me? So first of all, I'd like to introduce the Eddie Kun. Can you stand up? He's a new face. First time you're here today? I invite for today's service, and then he said, I maybe come, maybe. Or if you come here, maybe your ancestors be happy, and Kami-sama happy, I am happy, and you are happy. Okay, he said. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Come often, all right? I met him at the Japantown laughter exercise every morning. He one day he came and then we met and became friends. So I sent invitation. So he started coming. You're the one smallest. So also Karen here that she coming to every Sunday. I'm not here every Sunday because I do Zoom service every Sunday. So she always come to a Zoom service. But today I don't have a Zoom service. So why don't you come here? She come today. Yeah, welcome, Karen. So thank you very much. Anybody else? A new one? Not here. So announcement. I have announcement here. Let's be safe. Laughter is medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. So that's the event they're going to September, next Saturday, 21st, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Welcome to everybody. We have lunch, famous curry rice lunch. And then we invite laughter yoga teacher. I used to join laughter yoga. 1 hour, no reason, you laugh. That's an internal exercise. Good for internal exercise. We do outside exercise, but not we don't do often internal exercise. So this is a great chance to do internal exercise. So please come. And also we are puppet show, person who do a puppet. And I do calligraphy right here, laughter calligraphy. And also we invite the police and firefighter. We talk about safety. So kind of combination safety, kind of serious stuff. And also we get together to laugh together. So please come. Thank you very much.
That's here in our social hall.
Oh yeah, so social downstairs. Thank you. Yeah, downstairs. So you can come. Yeah, just come down. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you
so much. Great. I have a few more announcements to make. The 8 of us from this church are going to go on a Japan pilgrimage starting around next week. And so we're going to go to the Konko Church of Tokyo on Friday, September 27th to attend a special 5th year anniversary for Reverend Kumiko Hata, former assistant head minister and wife of the third head minister, Reverend Kiyoshi Hata. We'll also attend the September 29th Fall Ikigami Konko Daijin Grand Ceremony at Konko Honbu in Konko Town in Okayama, Japan. And if you'd like Joanne Sensei to bring an offering to our central worship hall at Honbu, please let her know by September 22nd. The 3 of us ministers will be away on this pilgrimage, so there will be Kawat Sensei will be watching the church at certain times, and it will be available for mediation. The days that church will be closed will be Thursday, September 26th, and Sunday, September 29th. There is no church service on September 29th. And please see Kawat Sensei's schedule. And Joanne Sensei can also be reached by email and her same phone number as well. There's going to be the curry cook-off coming up pretty soon on October 19th. It's the I forgot which 18th, 19th annual JARF Interfaith Curry Cook-Off fundraiser. Is going to be held at the Cup C. And if there's any hobby cooks and chefs in the house, please feel free to let me know. There's also a church kitchen you can use to prepare your curry. Nicholas Lawnstrup, Nobusuke's son, Fumi's grandson, will be participating again this year. He won third place last year. Yeah, Children's Choice. And so he won an award last year for his curry, Nicholas Lawnstrup. So please come out to support that. There'll be posters and ticket sales starting pretty soon. Yes. And so Christ United Presbyterian Church, right next door, right in the back of the church. And so please join us downstairs following the service and picture taking for our senior appreciation potluck, honored guests for 75 and over. And seniors will receive their pre-selected bentos downstairs as well. Thank you so much.
If you want to come to next Saturday event, sign up seat on the front in the lobby. Sign up. So please sign up the name. Okay, thank you.
Senior appreciation greeting. This, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Need a microphone, yeah? Microphone? One of those? Okay.
Hello, everyone. So this is the time we have our seniors come up so that we could honor them, and then we'll be giving each of you a rose. So our seniors 75 and older, please come up in the front. Yeah. So in the Konko faith, our traits are humbleness, sincerity, appreciation, caring, compassion, and helping, serving. And so all of our seniors, we're so grateful that they do that. So, maybe, should we go down? Okay. So, actually, Rodney says they could name everybody. So we have...
Saburo Fukuda? Saburo Fukuda?
That's okay, yeah. I'm going to just wipe it.
Emmy Tam? Lucio Fukuda?
You could say what they do.
What they do? I don't know their occupation. Oh, I see. Board members? Nancy Nakai?
Great baker.
Amazing baker. Fumi Fukuda? Janice Fukuda?
Yeah.
We did. Arlie Fong?
Turns out.
Nagase? Denise Teraoka? Irene Sugai? Hiroshi Fukuda? Oh, not Nathan Siegel? Nathan Siegel? There's one more here, yeah, okay. Okay.
And you.
And then Eiji Ayabe-san, yes. Thank you. And then Kawat Sensei? Yeah. And then Kawahat Sensei? Yeah. All right, can everyone please kind of, I wonder if we could accumulate here. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to make a little bit more room. Yeah. All right, thank you. Thank you. Omedetou. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy the bento downstairs too. はい、ありがとう。Okay. So next we're going to have the closing prayer on page 15. Closing prayer on page 15. Closing prayer. Dear Divine Parent of the Universe, we are deeply grateful for the way of mediation, our heartfelt gratitude for your divine blessings, material and spiritual, temporal and eternal. We pray that your divine favor be granted to one and all, each and every day. Ichido Haide, solemn acknowledgement, 4 sincere claps. Taiget Recessional. Let's take a group picture as well. Can everyone please come up to the front? And then before that, after that, we're gonna do grace before meals. Excuse me.